We don't make the rules in the foster care system. We don't determine who comes to us, who doesn't come to us. When we were just an emergency shelter, the kids came to us and stayed with us for usually 90 days at the most, sometimes longer. With the changes in the foster care system, we don't get as many little kids anymore.
So the way that has impacted the Austin Children's Shelter and changing those priorities is that more often than not, we have older children that have oftentimes been in the system long-term, that have maybe had sometimes as many as 8, 10, 12 foster placements. And there's not a lot of other options.
A lot of these kids have been through so many foster homes. They've learned not to trust, learned not to love.
We're always on survival mode, like, who's gonna hurt us next? What's gonna happen next? We were always defensive because we had to be.
We operate from a place of what's called trauma-informed care. So we try to, in everything that we do, in all aspects of our services, to always operate from a place of remembering that these are kids that have experienced significant trauma, and we do not want to further traumatize or re-traumatize.
When the kids show up at the shelter, one of the many things we get to do is we do full assessments on the kids. Medical assessments, educational assessments, therapy. All these assessments help us figure out how we can best help this child.
When they first arrive, we make sure to let them know that we're here if they need anything. And this is a place for them to grow, for them not to necessarily forget about the past, but to use the past and build on it for the future. The Teen Mom program is very vital to the mission of Austin Children's Shelter. It helps promote the healing of a traumatized mother so that it will break the cycle, giving her the true meaning of what love is, what it's like to nurture and to raise a child in a loving and a safe environment.
We have a fairly new program that's only been operating for a couple of years now. It's called Transitional Living Program for kids that are aging out of the foster care system.
They don't have to abide by all the rules that we have for the little ones. They have more freedom. They have to go to work. They have to go to school. They have to get transportation.
They are working steadily toward achieving those milestones that we need and want for young adults. And it's a really, really tremendous program. We wouldn't exist without the support of the community. We're immensely dependent upon the community in every way.
It takes a community to come together, whether it's giving your time, giving your money, or both. We need everybody to help, or we won't be able to do what we do every day.
And my time spent there, I met absolutely great people. Their passion was there. They wanted to help, and that's not something you find everywhere, and especially being in child welfare. They are there to help the community. I think that makes a difference too, and they really did want to make a difference for us.
They're great kids in awful situations that they didn't ask for. And for the shelter to stand up and protect those kids and be there for them, and to watch these kids in just a few short weeks start coming out of their shell and learning that they're safe, cared for, and loved is huge.
I've seen one of the kids come through full of rage. And now this child is like a teddy bear. I mean, he wants hugs every day that I come in. He's open to talk about his problems. And now he has a vision. He has a dream. When he first came in, it was as if his mind was full of fear. And as we know, in a mind full of fear, there is no space for dreams. And now we're promoting dreams and a brighter future.